ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bay Area Musicians Podcast. I am your host, Matt Gretter. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And oh my goodness, it has been a hot minute since I've been able to post a podcast episode for you guys. It's been approximately about 2 months, I think. Last episode we had was with Sophia Clare, an amazing interview and an amazing episode. Go ahead and check that out on the Bay Area Musicians Podcast, all streaming platforms, and on YouTube. Absolutely amazing episode. There's been a lot of stuff going on over these past couple of months. A lot of traveling, a lot of life events going on, and some pretty busy show schedules that have been surfacing this summer, which I'm really excited about. So a lot of that, unfortunately, got in the way of me being able to post a episode for you guys. But I'm back. We're going to hopefully be doing these episodes on a little bit more consistent basis going forward. But I figured that I would just fill you guys in on a little bit on what has been going on over the past couple of months, and give you guys an update on some of my favorite artists and some shows that are coming their way that you guys should definitely go see. You're not going to want to miss those. And so yeah, let's just dive on into it. So over these past few months, a lot of things have been going on. My wife and I went on a wonderful vacation. Part of it was actually to Philadelphia for a family friend's wedding, which was absolutely amazing. Then we came back here for a couple of days, just chilled out, and then we headed to Disneyland for a couple of days. And actually, it was more than just Disneyland. We got to do a lot of stuff. My wife is really into like the golden age of Hollywood actors and actresses, and landmarks related to that golden age. So we found a lot of graves of golden age actors and performers. For example, Judy Garland, and Jack Haley. Her favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. So we got to find most of the main three of the four main actors. There three of them are buried in L.A. and the fourth one, I believe, is in New York or something. So we were able to find them, and one of my personal favorites, ever since the movie Ford versus Ferrari came out in 2020, I've always been interested in. Ever since then, really, I've been interested in Ken Miles, and come to find out he was buried at one of the cemeteries that we checked out. So that was really cool. Excuse me, got a little tickle there. But we found some people there, and I got to check off a really big bucket list item for me. We dedicated one of the days we were there to travel to Oxnard, California, and we got to finally check out the DW factory. So for those of you who don't know, DW is a drum workshop, and it is one of, if not the most premier drum maker on the entire face of the earth. I've been using DW drums ever since the beginning, and it was amazing to finally tour that factory to see how they make the different shells, the whole process of taking a tree and cutting it down to all the veneer that is required to make a drum shell, how they put all of that together, how they orient the grains and all of that in totally different ways to construct countless numbers of drum shells and also make them sound completely different. And so that was absolutely amazing. And I got to meet the great drum painter and artist, Louis Garcia. He is responsible for so much, for so many kits, but particularly he was instrumental in making Neil Peart's drum kits come to life. And it was a pleasure to absolutely meet him. He is an absolute down-to-earth guy and one of the best human beings I have ever met. And the creme de la creme was at the very end of the tour, we go into kind of like a grand showroom. It's not like Buckingham Palace in terms of like how it's constructed, but for us drummers, if you were to walk in there, you would swear that you're walking into the Temple of God. And right in the very back, right in the very center, at the very back of the room, is the holy grail. It is Neil Peart's R40 drum kit. And I can go on and on about explaining that kit, but I will say the story behind it is that it came from a bog oak log that was found in the Alt River of Romania, and after a carbon test, it was determined that that wood was 1,500 years old. And John Good, who's the co-founder of DW, got a hold of that log, and they put the Timeless Timber test line together. And Neil Peart happened to try one of those, and he said, "I want to use that log for the last R40 tour." And it is, of course, you can't touch the kit, nor would anybody dare touch that kit. And plus, they have it glassed off and everything, as they should. But I've heard videos of that kit being played, Neil playing it. I also saw it on tour when I saw them on the R40 tour, and it was arguably the most beautiful sounding drum kit, in my personal opinion, that Neil ever played. And the intricacies of how they made the logos, that's not all paint, that's all inlaid wood and different kinds of wood, and infused with different colors and different types of wood that added sound characteristic to the drum shells themselves. And it was just absolutely amazing, and I really hope to go again one day. Unfortunately, John Good wasn't in, so hopefully I'll be able to meet him one day. But any drummer who is interested in checking out the DW Factory, do it. They do tours once a week, every Thursday at 2 o'clock, and you are not going to want to miss it. It is definitely a bucket list item you should all check off your list. And so then after that, we spent 2 days in Disneyland. It was absolutely amazing. Got stopped by the stormtroopers in Star Wars Land, so those guys are pretty funny. And then right after that, we pretty much drove back home, and it was an amazing vacation all the way around, and it was definitely well worth it. And like I said earlier, got to check off a bucket list item, the DW Factory. And I really hope to do it again in the future. We'll see. And other than that, though, also I don't think I've posted on social media about this yet, but I also purchased a new truck. The old truck that I had for 11 years served me extremely well, and I really loved that truck. It was starting to show its age. Its drivability was starting to suffer a little bit internally, and it was just time for a new one, despite me wanting to get another year out of it, which I was prepared to do. But the opportunity for this new truck came up, and it seemed to check all the boxes, and went down and checked it out, and ended up buying it. So it's a 2018 GMC Sierra, and which is pretty much this exact same truck that I had, just 15 years newer. The first one was 2003. And yeah, I really hope that it can last me just as long, if not longer, than the first one. That would be really nice, and take good care of it, and it'll go far. Yeah, those are just a handful of all of the events that have happened. Also celebrated my niece's 3rd birthday. And she is a pistol, man. I love her to death, and she is so energetic, and she is, I can't even find the right words to accurately describe it, other than that she is just absolutely amazing, and I love her so much. All in all, those were pretty much the big things that happened, and a bunch of local shows that were on the books for me that really took up a lot of time, but it was a lot of fun. Just recently, last week, with Mike Anuzzi, I did the Alameda County Fair, just to name one big show, and that was a lot of fun. And we got some more shows on the books, which I will get into in a moment. But yeah, it's been pretty busy these last 2 months. And hopefully we'll be able to get more episodes out more on a more regular basis for you guys. And really looking forward to doing more content and having more guests on the show. And yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to doing all of that. Well, that's the lowdown on the last 2 months. So, how about we get into some upcoming shows? Shows by that not only I will be a part of and that I'm really excited for, but also some shows by some other local artists and really big shows that all of them you are not going to want to miss. All right. So, how about we start off with my main guy, my brother from another mother, Mr. Mike Annuzzi. He's got 5 big shows coming up within the next 2 months that are on the books right now. These are all going to be amazing shows, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of them, but because Mike is an amazing artist. He is an absolute must see. His music is through the roof amazing, and you are going to want to check him out. And he has his most recent 3 releases that I may have mentioned on another episode, but New Boots On, Just Getting Started, and Let Me Show You Tonight all cracked the top 100 on iTunes in their initial releases. And he's an independent artist, and with him being able to do that really says a lot out of him. And so, the first show that Mike has is actually this coming Friday, June 27th, at Devil's Canyon Brewing Company in San Carlos, California. I've been to Devil's Canyon so many times, watched a lot of great shows there, and their craft beers are amazing. They have food truck events that are out in the back. They have a really great indoor room for watching live music. They got a big stage, and the inside is just completely awesome for watching really good shows. That is going to be a full band show that I will also be a part of. I will be playing the drums on that. The show starts at 7 p.m. and it is a free admission show. No tickets or anything. Just walk in and have a great time. You're not going to want to miss that one. And then 2 days later, on Sunday, June 29th, we're actually hitting the road for a show in Folsom, California, at a place called Crawdads on the Lake. This is I've been told it's a premier venue in Folsom, California that has had a lot of great acts, like just to name a couple, Johnny Cash has been there, Merle Haggard, a lot of the old country greats, outlaw country artists, and even I believe some really big rock artists have come through there at one time or another. So it's a very premier event or venue in Folsom, California. We're really happy to be playing that. The show will be at 2 p.m. and I believe it goes to 5 p.m. and that is also a free admission show. So anybody in the Sacramento area or in the Folsom area that are looking for a really fun show to go to, please come to this one. It is going to be absolutely an amazing show. You're not going to want to miss that. All right. And so not only does Mike Annuzzi, does he do full band shows, but he does a lot of solo acoustic acts locally throughout the Bay Area. Just to name a couple of cities, San Carlos, Cupertino, if I'm not mistaken, and Pleasanton as well, and several other cities throughout the Bay Area. He does a lot of solo acoustic gigs. And one of those is going to be Friday, July 11th at Highland Sports Bar and Grill in downtown San Carlos, California on Laurel Street. It is a lot of great shops, a lot of great restaurants down there. And Highlands is one of the premier sports bars down there. And it is, my wife and I have been there. And we've actually watched Mike play his solo acoustic show. And it is a lot of fun. Everybody gets into it. And they're singing along, clapping their hands in time. And it is, even his acoustic show is absolutely amazing. And Highlands is one of the, I know I said this, it's one of the premier sports bars on Laurel Street. You're going to want to check him out. That show begins at 4:30 p.m. And once again, it is a free admission show. So that will be fun. And then a week later, On Friday, July 18th, the full band of Mike Nuzzi will be performing at the Horse Park at Woodside, which is in Redwood City, California. And that show will be at 5 p.m. And that is also a free admission show. And want to get out on a Friday night, have a really fun family event in the Woodside / Redwood City Hills there. You're definitely gonna not want to miss this show for that reason. Also, like I say numerous times, Mike Nuzzi puts on an amazing show. You're not gonna want to miss him. And then, in my personal opinion, the big one is Saturday, August 2nd. This is a big show for a multitude of reasons. Mike is going to be playing the Big Fox Theater in downtown Redwood City, California, opening for Haley Reinhart. And she is, to my knowledge, she is an American Idol contestant, and she is a sort of a soul singer, and she tours all across the country and has really big audiences. And this is a really big show. And also, for another reason too, I am told, and I'm not sure if this is true or not, but in the history of the Fox Theater, this is the first time that a local artist is being featured as the opening slot for a major act. That is amazing. If that is true, Mike Nuzzi and the band, including myself, are a part of Redwood City / Fox Theater history. So that is super duper cool, assuming that is true, and I firmly believe it to be true. Once again, that'll be a full band show, and we are opening for Haley Reinhart. The doors open at 7, and the show begins at 8 p.m. This is a ticketed event, and tickets are available at www.foxrwc.com. Once again, that's www.foxrwc.com. You are definitely going to want to check out this show because we're playing a big venue and with a big artist, and we are the first local act to open for a major act at the Fox Theater Redwood City. You're going to want to get your tickets that are still available and come check out this show. You are not going to want to miss this one. Absolutely. You will not. That's a lot of stuff for Mike Nuzzi's calendar. And there's many more shows to come even after August 2nd. But that'll definitely be another show advertisement episode. Moving on, let's move on to our next featured artist, who was also our last guest on the show, Miss Sophia Clare. She's got some really big shows in the works coming up. On Sunday, June 29th, Sophia is going to be performing the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, California, opening for Lee Brice. Lee Brice, who you may not be familiar with, he's got hit songs like I Drive Your Truck and Parking Lot Party, which were his really big breakthrough hits, and he is a force to be reckoned with. And to be on the bill with Lee Brice for any show is an honor in itself. And this is going to be a really, really big show. That is a 7:30 p.m. show with the doors opening at 5:30 p.m. and tickets are available at www.mountainwinery.com. Check them out. Get your tickets. They're selling fast. Go and check out this show and support Sophia Clare on her show with Lee Brice. You will not be disappointed. And then on July 19th, which is, I believe, a Saturday, she will be at one of her most popular venues in Pleasanton, California, Mavericks Country Line Dancing Club. She has played there numerous times, and even over the course of the rest of this year, she's got a lot of shows there at Mavericks, and it's going to be a full band show, just like the Mountain Winery show, which will also be full band. Mavericks is a full band show with the music starting at 9 p.m. and it being a free admission show. Absolutely amazing. And then next one on the calendar that we have for Sophia would be August 30th. This will be in Livermore, California, at a place called Altamont Beer Works. I did a co-bill show with her. I think it was last year. I wasn't in the band at the time, but I was performing with another artist, Jose Canchola, who I really hope to have on the show as well. And we opened for her while she was opening for Northern California country sensation Chad Bushnell. And Altamont Beer Works is a local brewery, just like Devil's Canyon is on the peninsula. This is kind of the same thing, but in Livermore, California. It is a very fun event. They have little booth set up where you can purchase merchandising for the brewery itself, and also some local artists posting up their own art that are available for purchase and things like that. It is a really fun, family-friendly event, and I really hope that you guys can really get out there and check out this show. It is going to be a really fun event. Music starts at 12 p.m. and free admission. And then finally, on the Sophia calendar, almost 2 months apart, that and all the information that I'm getting here in regards to the show dates and everything is from bandsintown.com. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just get my information from them. So if anything is a little bit incorrect, well, then it would be best to check up on the artist's website, Micah Nuzzi, which is micahnucci.com, and Sophia, which is sophiaclaremusic.com. They'll have more accurate information there, just in case if Bands in Town is not quite up to date. But according to Bands in Town, on the dates of October 4th and November 1st, which are both Saturdays, she will be back at Mavericks Country Line Dancing Club, which will also be full band shows for both dates. Once again, October 4th and November 1st, both Saturdays. Full band shows starting at 9 p.m. and free admission. So all of these shows you are not going to want to miss. Sophia is an absolutely amazing artist who is very quickly rising the ladder to country stardom, and she is an absolute must-see. So all of these shows, please get out and support Sophia Clare. You're not going to be disappointed with any of her shows. Over the course of the show so far, I've been talking about a lot of independent artists, original artists, like Mike we've had, Brandon Passion, and Sophia. They are all independent artists in their own right. They're all original songwriters. But I haven't really talked about much of the cover bands that are out here in the Bay Area. And there is so many cover bands and tribute bands out here that they offer really great shows too. And just to feature one of those cover acts is a group called, if I'm pronouncing this right, The Gems. They are a pop and rock cover band from San Francisco that features a lot of Madonna songs, Pat Benatar, Sheryl Crow, some Fiona Apple, and so many more artists there. I've been able to check out a couple of their videos on YouTube, and they really put on a great show. They are absolutely fun to watch, and I definitely want to get out and see them in person one day. Just to name a couple of shows that they are going to be performing on Thursday, July 17th. They will be at the Auburn Lounge in Danville, California. This is actually going to be an unplugged acoustic show that is going to start at 8 p.m. and it is going to be free admission. I'm not exactly sure about Auburn Lounge, but given that the Gems are going to be performing a show there, it's definitely going to be one that you are going to want to check out. And then next on their calendar for Saturday, August 2nd, they're going to be at Minar, if I'm saying that right, Minar Music Club in Danville, California. This will be a full band show that starts at 9:30 and also a free admission show. And then lastly on their calendar, according to bandsintown.com, Saturday, August 16th, they're going to be at Maggie McGarry's in San Francisco, California, a full band show starting at 9 p.m., and it is a free admission show. There are a lot of cover bands out here, and the Gems are just one of them. And I highly recommend you go check out one of their shows. You will find it interesting and not be disappointed. I guarantee you. And finally, to round out the artists here that we are going to be featuring and talking about upcoming shows, is another good friend of mine who I have mentioned before here on the show, is Mike Hellman. Just in case, for those of you who do not know, he is an original outlaw country artist. He has an album called Trials and Triumphs that it was released earlier in 2024 that I had the pleasure of playing the drums on. I really hope that you check out that record. It is absolutely amazing. So there's going to be three shows in July that I will be a part of with Mike. He right now currently is actually touring in Texas, doing shows throughout Houston, and I also believe Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. He does a lot of split touring in California and in Texas, which is his home state. But on the schedule that we have here for the Bay Area, on Thursday, July 24th, Mike is going to be, unfortunately, I'm not going to be a part of this show. I've already been booked for another one, so I couldn't make this one. But July 24th, he will be at the Ugly Mug Coffee House in Soquel, California. And this is a triple bill show featuring Tony Hanna and Lisa Marie Johnston. Tony Hanna, she is originally from Knoxville, Tennessee. She's kind of an independent folk artist. Her music is available on bandcamp.com. And the most recent release was Premonitions, which was in 2020. And Lisa Marie Johnston, for those of you who do not know, she is a folk bluegrass type of artist in her own right. She performs in Half Moon Bay, California quite a lot with a band called the False Bottom Band. They are bluegrass, and she also has her own band called Lisa and Friends, if I'm not mistaken. And she puts on a really great show too. So to have all three of these artists, Tony Hanna, Lisa Marie Johnston, and Mike Hellman, on the same bill is going to be absolutely amazing. And for these three shows that are listed here, it's a triple bill with the same artist. So it's kind of like a mini tour. It really is. So like I said, the first show with Tony Hanna, Lisa Marie Johnston, and Mike Hellman is going to be at the Ugly Mug Coffee House in Soquel, California. The doors are going to be opening at 6:30 p.m. and it is a 7 p.m. show, and this is a ticketed event, and tickets are available at Mike Hellman's website, www.mikehellmanmusic.com. And then 2 days later, on Saturday, July 26th, I'm going to be a part of these next two shows, this one and the next one after that I will announce here in just a second. On Saturday, July 26th, we are going to be at Old Princeton Landing in Half Moon Bay, California. And the same three artists, Tony Hanna, Lisa Marie Johnston, and Mike Hellman. It's going to be a full band setup, and doors start at 7 p.m. And this is also a ticketed event with tickets available at Mike Hellman's website, once again, which is www.mikehellmanmusic.com. And then lastly, for this little mini tour, if we want to call it this, on Sunday, July 27th, we are going to be at the Horse and Plow Tasting Room in Sebastopol, California, which is kind of like the North Bay. We're going to be up there. It is a full band show that is going to start at 1 p.m. And at this moment that I've been able to find on bandsintown.com, tickets are not available for the show yet, but it is a ticketed event. And please check www.mikehellman.com and for the ticket sale date. And when they do become available, go get your tickets. All three of these shows, July 24th, July 26th, and July 27th. You are not going to want to miss these shows. Well, that's a lot of information to cover in this episode. A lot of artists playing a lot of shows over the course of these next couple months. I know I have the fortunate pleasure of being a part of most of them. I consider myself very lucky that I get to be a podcaster for you guys here, but I also get to live my dream of being a musician, and also to the point where there's a little bit of success starting to happen, particularly with this new truck. There's been a lot of gigs coming my way that I'm actually able to that I'm actually going to be able to pay that truck bill with most of the music gigs that I've got coming up. So that in itself is a small dream come true, getting to pay at least one of my bills doing something that I love to do, which is to perform music. I am a drummer first and foremost. I believe it is my true calling, and podcaster is pretty much a second thing. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun, but I am a musician first, a podcaster, and the day job as a truck driver. I know that's my main source of income, but that's pretty much on the bottom rung of the ladder. So a lot of things are happening. It's very busy this year, arguably one of the busiest years as a musician I've ever had. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the rest of the year brings, and really looking forward to what next year has to offer as well. But 1 year at a time. And I really thank you guys so much for tuning in this episode with me today. It was a lot of fun getting to do this again, updating you guys on what's been happening over the past couple months, and also advertising some shows that are upcoming for you guys. And I really hope that you can make it out to pretty much all of them, because they are all shows that you are not going to want to miss. So I really thank you so much for tuning in with me. And I really hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And I will see you guys next time on the Bay Area Musicians Podcast. Goodbye, everybody.